all of these insane champions, and yet our dungeon progress looks a bit like this. Oh god, now we're on stage 16 of Fire Nights yet, man. We've got a 6-star awakened Morag. It's time to fix this, man. What is up, guys? This is Cobb, and welcome back to Mr. Florin's account, man. In this account takeover session, going to be working on his dungeon teams a little bit. Some of them are doing just fine. I'm not going to go ahead and touch Dragon. Farming stage 20. It's not a fast clear, but that will do. It's doing just okay. Going to see what we can do about Spider's Den. I'm also going to be spotlighting the hell out of a very, very special champion who never gets spotlighted, and so he deserves a little bit of the limelight in today's video, man. Good old Achak the Wenderin, who is level 50 on this account. I've also powered him up to max, basically, on my own account, just for the sake of including him in this video and giving him a little bit of a showcase. I think it's going to be a good one, man. Let's build some teams. Before we do, if you're looking to start off a new raid account, make sure to get it done using my beginner promo link, as always, which is down below at the top of the video description box, man. Hit that link, use it to sign up to raid, man. Grab El Narel as your free start at Legendary. Bunch of epic champions as your account levels on up as well. And it's just the best way possible, man, to start off a fresh new raid account and get off to the most incredible start imaginable. There you go, man. Okay. First and foremost, we got to go ahead and rebuild some champs. Can I just say that, all in all, the champion quality on this account, very, very good. I'm loving the legendaries. Oh my god, we got the Estrid on the account as well. She's not booked, which is really sad. Estrid is like a badass everywhere, man. This champ is so good. Right, I mean, spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and recommend straight away that we get this champion booked up as fast as possible. Probably is our next legendary champ on the account to get fully booked. She's immense everywhere. I will also say that some questionable decisions have been made with skill bucks, right? We've got the Doom Priest, ooh, fully booked up, man, for that extra damage on a A1. Yay, you know? Yeah, not the most efficient use of epic skill bucks here. Would have much rather that they went into, for example, I don't know, the 6-star awakened Morag who has no bucks at all, which is really, really sad. Her build is also really a little bit all over the place. Like, she's got a lot of accuracy for some reason. She doesn't need accuracy at all in her kit. She lends no debuffs, no 10 meter control, none of that. Just doesn't need accuracy, and her crit damage is just abysmally bad. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of these builds. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and take care of the Morag's build right away. This is one that I've also, I've already just got it like preset, pre-made. I'm going to go ahead and slam it in a happy little Relentless set. And I'm also switching over her banner to just be a defense banner, some defense percent, some speed, all of that kind of stuff. Got her running nice and fast now. Her crit damage is still a little bit crap because she's in crit rate gauntlets, but you know, it at least gives us something to work with, right? The real advantage of building Morag and the reason she's so good is not just because of her ally attack skill, which is great for utility into Fire Knight, of course, but she also deals a good amount of damage while bringing a strengthen buff on the A2, and so she boosts the survivability of your team by a hell of a lot as well as being just a pretty solid damage dealer, because again, you don't have to worry about building her with accuracy. Spoilers, we're going to be using the hell out of Morag in our dungeon teams. Another champ where I noticed that the build is just a little bit skew with is Marta over here, who's got like no accuracy. She's got very, very low accuracy, and for some reason she's in a lifesteal set. It's a bit strange. She lends a provoke. Landing the provoke and landing decrease attack is a big part of her kit. I think this account is stuck on like stage 13 of Ice Golem or something very, very low. Probably because Matt is not landing decreased attack against the boss, you know, that might be like single-handedly the reason why we're not able to progress in Ice Golem, and so I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this real fast as well. Just a couple of key item changes here, quite sweeping changes really overall. We're going to get her speed up massively as well. She didn't have speed boots on, so we're going to go ahead and fix that. Her accuracy is looking much better, the goal being 200 accuracy if you're going to try and push stage 20 dungeons. She's just looking a hell of a lot. She's losing some defense stats. I think she's going to be fine, okay? She's going to be able to do her job much better with a big boost in accuracy stats like so. And I tell you what, let's waste no time, actually. Let's just get straight into the dungeon, one of the dungeons that we're struggling with the most, which is Fire Knight's Castle. We're stuck on stage 14, all up and over here. Let's see if we can just progress right now by just switching the team up a little bit. This is the team that we're running right now. I'm not sure what the Doom Priest is doing on here exactly. The Mat does fine for controlling the waves and stuff. She brings counter-attack buff, but ideally, we've got the champions on this account to not need counter-attack buffs against the boss. We've got like 2 or 3 cold hearts on this account, by the way. Like, this dungeon should be a doddle. We've got an Allure on the account as well. Let's go ahead and switch this team up. This right here is the team that I would be running instead, man. Running the Allure as the aura lead because what the hell else, you know? We've also got the Estrid on the account, which is going to help us control the waves, big decreased speed against the waves, maybe against the boss as well, 10 meter boost, all of that good stuff that Estrid brings to the table. Yeah, we're going to be using Estrid in like every team that I suggest here today. Definitely going to be getting the Morag included as well. Now, the Cold Hearts build also needs tweaking a little bit, and by a little bit I mean quite a lot. She's not actually at crit cap, she needs to be 70% crit rate, because her A3 has an extra 30% chance of inflicting a crit anyway, so you don't necessarily need to build Cold Heart with 100% net crit rate. 70% will do. She's falling short. She also doesn't have much accuracy. She's very, very fast, but she doesn't have enough accuracy to land her 10 meter decrease. So I did go ahead and also pre-plan out a fresh new shiny build on the Coldie as well, boosting up her crit damage by quite a lot. Her crit rate is now 73%, accuracy looking a lot better, speed 173, a little bit on the slower side, which means actually she's going to attack in after the Allure now, which means I need to go in and tweak the team AI real quick, forgive me, but we can't have the Cold Heart opening with Heartseeker anymore. She's going to open with the A1, I think. Oh no, I'm talking nonsense. The Allure is still fast. Okay, yeah, the Allure is faster than the Cold Heart, meaning that the Cold Heart can. The Cold Heart's going to be attacking in last once the shields have been annihilated, and so she's good to rock and roll. Okay, cool. Oh, and I just noticed as well, the Estrid's accuracy is a little bit lacking as well. She's in a defense banner. Yeah, she's only like 150, 160 accuracy or something. We can bump that up a little bit. She's also no speed substats on this banner either. I'm going to go ahead and just throw in a random reaction banner just because it's got a little bit of speed on it. And it's got a good bump to accuracy as well. It's like one of the biggest mistakes that I see, man, on like when I'm doing like these account takeovers and stuff. It's just like just a misunderstanding of what kind of gear you should be prioritizing on champs. I will say this account is honestly doing a pretty fine job of gearing compared to most other accounts that I take over. Like, at least we're prioritizing like percentage stats and stuff on a lot of the gear pieces. That's more than that could be said for a lot of accounts that I do try and take over. Okay, let's go ahead and just see if we can just crack stage 15 for the first time in this account's history ever. The Morag's damage is not going to be very high against the waves because we don't have her in crit damage gauntlets yet. We don't have her in a particularly well upgraded crit damage amulet yet either. Wow, it looks like we're actually going to do just fine though, clapping our way through this first wave. It's only stage 15, but even still, this team, by the way, should have basically no problem at all clearing Fire Knights all the way to like the highest difficulties, I think. To be honest, our biggest problem against that first wave of enemies just now was that we killed them too quickly, and so our Martyr has not had time to get her Provoke skill back off of cooldown, so we're actually too awesome at this point, which is going to become less of an issue, of course, the further up in stages we go. Okay, looks like we're still going to get on through it. Yeah, having books on the Estrid as well is going to make a stupendously massive difference, but here we go, man, with the ally attack from the Morag. Look at the shield stacks that just don't exist on the boss anymore, man, so the Morag is doing her job incredibly well, just eviscerating down the boss shield right away. And now the boss should just never get a turn, ever, because the Cold Heart is going to delete 10 meter, and now Allure's A1 is basically, she's going to single-handedly now carry the hell out of our 10 meter control against the boss forever. This team could quite comfortably make it all the way to to Fire Knight stage 20 without any issues, I don't think. We might need to change out the Martyr for a champion who has a 3-turn cooldown wave control skill. Martyr's AoE provoke skill that we're going to be relying on to control the waves on the way to the boss. It's a 4-turn cooldown, and yes, she's fully booked. Like, 4-turn cooldown is as low as it can get. That might become problematic against certain stages, certain waves. We might just need it to come back a bit faster, and so might need to switch her out for, like, the Vogoth. We've got Staltus on this account as well, who's level 50 and unbooked, but he could do a really good job as well as a wave controller with this very reliable double hitter AoE stun. He could do the job, but yeah, we get this stage down pretty smoothly, not bad at all. A stage 16 clear would be the cherry on the top, given that the Estrid is unbooked, and given this is just our first attempt, you know, going for this. Oh my god, bro. We killed the waves way too fast. This is going to be a problem for this wave. Or not. We're just going to squeak through this, man. We nearly lost the Allure again just now, but we're going to make it on through. And as soon as we get to the boss, like, the boss is not the problem. The boss is going to be totally fine. Oh my god, because the Morag isn't booked, she didn't even have her ally attack ready on round 1. Okay, that's actually a problem. We're gonna take a big old smack from the boss now. Okay, do over. Okay, so I'm just disabling the Morag's A3 now on the very first wave because we killed the wave so quickly that 610 cooldown on this thing unbucked. She just doesn't have time to actually get that skill back, which is kind of ridiculous, but you know. I'm also gonna disable Marta's provoke against the first wave as well because frankly, we just don't seem to need it against the first wave. It seems like we get them dead just fine without the need to sort of hold them still for a little while, so let's try that. All right. First wave went down very, very easily, to be fair. And now this time, the Marta's actually going to have her provoke ready, because now we have a little bit less AoE damage ready to throw out. The Marta's going to come in with the provoke against all enemies, and that's going to buy us plenty of time to get down the second wave. Okay, cool. So we're going to progress 2 stages of Fire Knight here without really any trouble at all. And again, with full skill books on like the Estrid and on the Morag, and with, oh my god, I'm sorry about the Discord ping in the background just now. I guess my wife just left the call. And with like a better damage build on the Morag as well, like more crit damage, way more crit damage, like we're talking 250% crit damage. The damage is going to be a lot better against the waves. Should have no problem getting stage 20 Fire Knight with this team. Job well done, me. Boom. Absolutely easy does it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Morag is your dwarf, Lewis is your demon. And that's how you handle that, man. Okay, sweet. On to the next dungeon, man. Ooh, we gotta look at Spider now. I tell you what, actually, I'll touch on Ice Golem real quick. Ice Golem's not a very, like, sexy dungeon to progress in, so I'll just make this one brief, but Ice Golem's just all about living. That's all there is to it, really. I think there's only, like, one change that I'd make to the team that we are running here. I lied. 2 changes. Another reason to book up the Morag, right? I'd actually go ahead and run the Morag instead of the Geomancer into this. I just would. I feel like she could be better at killing off the waves. I feel like she's going to get us to the boss faster as a result. She's going to also boost our survivability against the boss, again, because she's bringing strengthen buff on the A2, which just flat reduces the damage that we're taking from the boss's big old counterattacks. I don't know, man. I love Morag into Ice Golem. I think that she's going to do an incredible job for us here. And yeah, if we're going to be booking her up, might as well use her in a couple of dungeons, right? Another champion that we switched on out was Miscreated Monster in favor of Taragi the Frog. Why? Taragi's booked. Miscreated Monster isn't on this account, okay? They do a very, very similar job in Ice Golem at the end of the day, right? They help you control the waves on the way to the boss with like a less than reliable A2 AoE provoke or crowd control skill. Taragi brings that, brings the decreased attack on the A1. Can't have too many against Ice Golem. And he still brings the ally protect, same as the nerd, Miscreated Monster. I forgot his name for a second there. Also brings a whole bunch of shielding for your team as well. Taragi has a special advantage over Miscreated Monster in this case, not just because he's booked, but because of his passive as well. I just enjoy this more against Ice Golem personally. You're going to take some counterattacks from the boss. You might as well be placing some poisons on the boss as you're taking those counterattacks, right? HP burns and poisons, great, great tools against Ice Golem. Yeah, so that's what I'd do, man. I'd switch in the Morag, I'd switch in the Taragi instead of the Miscreated Monster, and I think that this team should be pretty much good to go. Yeah. Sorted. And now for the main event in Spider's Den. Ooh, I'm gonna have to wing this one a little. Here's a team right here that I was trying to get to make work as like a speed kill team, right? Attacking in with all of these big max HP damage dealers, the Royal Guard, the Cold Hearts, all attack on in, use their big heavy hitter skills, and then the Crixia comes in with her second form A3, which is remove all debuffs and then decrease the cooldown of all ally skills by 3 turns, and so she resets the cooldowns on all of these guys' skills, then they attack it again with all of the big heavy hitters. The damage, just not there yet. At the end of the day, level 50 Cold Heart, level 50 Royal Guard, like, they just don't have the gear to do this. The Royal Guard's sitting on like 100% crit damage or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have the gear to pull this off just yet. Also, the Estrid being in this team, not ideal as well, right? She brings weaken, but she doesn't bring decreased defense. I think this team, if we were to get the Cold Heart up to level 60, and the Royal Guard up to level 60, and get like 200% crit damage across all of these guys at like a minimum, and then replace the Estrid with any champion that places weaken and decreased defense in the same skill, the most accessible in the game of which is Ruella. There are some legendaries like Dracomorph and stuff who can do it as well, but Ruella plays decreased defense, weaken, and decreased speed all on the same skill on her A2. You can have like a level 40 Ruella in a team like this to replace the Estrid and have her place those key debuffs right away at the start of the fight. She's got to be like the fastest champion on the team, you know? Have all of those big max HP damage healers come on in, lay the smack down, right? Drop all that big damage, then have Crixie reset the cooldowns, and you go again. And that can be like a pretty fast, maybe like 20-25 second clear kill speed or something. On like stage 20 Spider, no problem, right? No problem. But yeah, we're going to have to actually build out those max HP champions in order to pull off this team. So Mr. Florin, if you're watching this, man, which I hope that you are because, you know, it's your account and I'm doing a takeover for you, man. Keep this team in mind right here. Like, save like a snapshot of this team in your mind for use in future. As for right now, this right here would be the team that I would actually be running into Spider. You gotta build some specialists, man, for Spider. It's the only way to progress. It's kind of the same as Finite, except we don't have a Morag, you know, 6-star Awakened just sitting here waiting for us. So this team right here, I'd straight up be using the Cold Heart still. Great stuff. I'd be using the speed aura lead as the Haikatoon. She brings 90% speed in all battles, which is lovely. Some 10 meter fill, some 10 meter decrease for enemies as well. She brings decreased speed debuff on her AO1 just in case the Estrid fails to land it until we've got the Estrid booked up. The Estrid brings the decreased speed once she is fully booked up, which is great. 10 meter boost, all of that. And the Staltus on this team, I've actually got the team AI set up for you, Mr. Florins, to set up so that he never uses either of his AoE skills, right? We just want him spamming the A1 as much as possible, have him moving nice and quick, good accuracy, so that he's just spam controlling the boss's 10 meter constantly. We just want to make sure that the boss never gets a turn with this team, because we are running Atchak the Wenderin. Or at least we could go down this route and run this guy, right? This is why I've disabled all of the AoE skills on all of the other champions. I don't want any of the Spiderlings to be dying off with Atchak on the team, because this guy brings just probably the best Tem. He's just the craziest Spiderling control budget champion in the game by a lot. He does eat up quite a lot of epic skill bucks. A lot of them can sink into his A1, which is really, really depressing, but his A3 reads as follows, right? It's crazy if you don't know what this guy does. Bookable down to a 3-turn cooldown, attacks all enemies, has a 90% chance booked of placing freeze debuff for 1 turn on enemies whose attack is higher than their defense. That's all you need to know. That's all of the Spiderlings, right? 90% chance to freeze on a massive AoE on his A3 on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, he is going to struggle against certain affinities, right? If you're going up against Spirit Affinity Spider, which sadly happens to be stage 20 Spider, which is really, really depressing, because you really want to be farming that stage. Besides that, he's a nutter and will just permanently crowd control all of the Spiderlings. I mean, I think, oh, well, it's a 3-turn cooldown. Can he really keep up? Yes, he can. If you've got like a speed or a lead like Haikatoon and some increased speed champions on your team and stuff like that, bro, this passive, man, I don't even care about the first part, fills the 10 meters of all allies, your entire team, by 10% every time a Spiderling under a freeze debuff gets a turn. Meaning whenever you lose one of your freeze debuffs, one of the Spiderlings, right? Whenever a Spiderling defrosts, your entire team gets 10% 10 meter fill. Like 12 Spiderlings active at a time, bro. It's like every time you use this A3, it's like giving your entire team, including Atchak, 120% 10 meter, you know? It's mental, right? It's absolutely mental. In fact, I've built the guy out on my main account at level 50 just to showcase it. You know, man, just to make a point, I'm also going to run Estrid in the same team as well. I'm also going to run Cold Heart in the same team as well. I don't have Staltus on my main account, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Armiger instead as another 10 meter controller. And we're going to run Deacon as the aura lead, going to bring a bit more 10 meter control as well in this team, actually instead of the Haikatoon, which is just like a flat upgrade. This is stage 25 Spider, with a level 50 Atchak the Wenderin. Stage 25, boys. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Why am I super rating this? Okay, now this is going for a normal raid. But dudes, check this out, man. I've been waiting for the longest time to have a video where I can actually showcase this super, super niche guy. And yeah, this is what he can do. Now, I want you to pay attention to the blue text that pops up of my champions' heads every time they get a 10 meter boost. Okay? That's what I want you guys to be looking at right here, right? So, bam! The freeze comes out. Freezes all but one of the Spiderlings because it's a bloody 90% land rate, okay? Now look as the Spiderlings start to get their turn, right? Just look at the 10 meters of our team, okay? It's just insane. It's insane. In fact, Atchak just got off his A3 again a second time before the Spiderlings even defrosted, okay? Because they're kind of running at like 240 speed or something. He's running quite fast, like 230, 240 speed. But as the Spiderlings begin to defrost, you're just going to see boost 10 meter, boost 10 meter, boost 10 meter, triggering up all over the place across our entire team. And every time a couple of Spiderlings, you know, is going to get a turn, it doesn't matter. They're boosting our 10 meters so much that Atchak gets around again to using his A3 to freeze them all over again before they can do a goddamn thing. In fact, there it is, right? He's just going to refreeze them all again. And so, as long as you're able to then control the boss's turn meter, which is tough to do at stage 25, like the boss is actually quite quick, all things considered. And so, controlling the boss's turn meter becomes like the biggest challenge. You've basically got infinity time, though, to deal with the boss. You know, as long as you're able to keep the boss's turn meter under control, the spiderlings are just never a problem. While Achak is on the team, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I could really use Cold Heart getting a turn here. She hasn't got a single extra turn for a relentless set, dude. The boss might actually get a turn against us here, which is going to be quite sad. But oh, will it? Will the boss get a turn? The Armager weak hitting as well is really depressing with his turn meter action. And actually some of the spiderlings are going to start to die off just now, but bam! Okay. The boss has so much like turn meter in reserve that its turn meter didn't move even though we just destroyed 100% of it. Which is a little bit spooky, man, but as you can see, it's working a treat. That's what really matters. Oh my god, dude. The boss has had full turn meter forever, by the way. But because we're getting so much turn meter boost from defrosting spiderlings from Achak, like, the boss is just taking a billion years to get its turn, dude. It's kind of ridiculous. It will eventually get a turn here, I think. Right? Surely the boss is about to get a turn. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. The boss just isn't going to get a turn. We're just getting so much turn meter from the defrosting spiders. The boss has been stuck on full turn meter for, like, the entire fight. This is the power of Achak the Wanderer, man. You're looking for man, you're talking about a spider specialist, epic champ. Takes a lot of bucks, but man, when he does the job, he really does the job. As long as the rest of the team is moving fast, you're good to go with this guy, man. So, hell, it's up to Mr. Florens if you want to go down this route with, like, the Achak route for controlling the spiders in this way. I think that he's great. Yeah. Oh my god, at one shot, everybody. Okay, cut. But no, seriously. The real problem there was running Armager as my other 10-meter controller. Spirit Affinity into Magic Affinity. He was weak hitting a lot with the A1, and so we were missing a lot of chances to control the boss's 10 meter there. I could just like throw Thor on the team or something, or like a Staltus on the team would do a hell of a lot better, you know? Just a better 10 meter controller than, than poor Armager into stage 25. Would have done great, I swear. You know, I could actually just go back and re-record that and do some like content creator behind the scenes tricks to make it look like that everything just went totally smooth and went to plan, but I'm just gonna leave it in there because that's too funny, man. Oh, look at me, man. Look at my immortal spider team. Stage 25, no problem. Bam! Spider comes out of nowhere like a train and just takes me out, dude. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, just switching out the Armager, we would have been fine. Anyways, man, that's my suggestions, man, for some dungeon teams that we could build out on this account to help us progress it up just a little bit. Should also give us an idea of Morag, which champions we should be booking out next on this account. Bloody hell, man, the Morag is such a she's such a powerhouse. I'm so jelly. Like it's like a 6-star soul. This early on in your account, like your first few dozen legendaries, or like dozen legendaries, and just level 60 champs on the account, and getting a 6-star red on the Morag, dude, is just nuts. Yeah, great champion. I would definitely book her out, man, for use in Fire Knight and Ice Golem and all the other things that we talked about in this video. Mr. Florens. All right, man, I'm going to leave this one here. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all did enjoy. If you're looking to start off a new Raid Shadow Legends account, man, new free-to-play adventure or something like that, then make sure to get it done the right way, which is by using my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box, man, to get your hands on El Naril as your free starter legendary, all bunch of epic champions as you level up your account, best beginner promo link going, and bam, I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later, man.